that bad news?
Well, personally or heartfelt, yeah, I suppose so, but business wise, free up a lot of my brain power.
Did you call him out on it?
I text him. I said, it sounds like you're tapping out. And no response. I said, is there something I can help you with or we need to do differently? No response.
Okay. That's sad.
Yeah. I've called him probably 3 times in the last 5 days. No response, no call back, no text, no anything. So
And at some point you got to cut bait. Everyone deserves your energy, but not everyone deserves it equally.
fair.
But good morning, you the rest of yous. Good morning, Joanne. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Cameron. Good morning, Jessica. Good morning, Caitlin.
Morning.
Good morning, you skeezy AIs. Raluca and Salit. They haven't even been here in months. Sarita's not even an agent anymore. Get out of here. I wonder if I wonder if there's a meeting invite somewhere that they're on. And that's why they keep getting on this call. I just wonder. I just wonder. I wonder.
You change the meeting ID, it might do that, but then you've got to send a new calendar invite out to all of us.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like I'm down to change it just to get rid of some of these things that are haunting us. But until we do, I want to hear from you. You know what? Let me ponder and wonder on my own time. This is about you. So, what are your wins, your celebrations, something you're just dang proud of?
I converted my seller into a buy and sell.
Heck yeah.
And then I've got an investor meeting tomorrow to possibly buy a duplex in Sacramento.
I love it. Duplexes are like buying two separate places at once.
You could throw a stone and hit a UC Davis Medical Center, so that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that'd be good rental. Good rental. Location, location, location. Other wins, celebrations, something you're
I,
proud of.
I quit vaping.
There you go.
Cameron, not the
You switched.
cigarette.
Baby steps.
I love the satirical energy this morning. You know,
Um,
that's your goal.
you
We had
know,
a go ahead, Joanne.
I don't know. I just feel really good this morning because you know how I've been telling you that I've been just trying to get ready and in the right mindset in the morning. And today I tried eating breakfast earlier because my mind's just not like ready in the morning sometimes. And I feel like 1,000 times better having breakfast earlier. So I'm like really pumped. So I think I need to eat it earlier. And yeah, and then just listening to like really energetic music. Like I don't know why I'm smiling right now, but just getting in the right mindset. Just like way better right now. Like I'm on crack.
Am I the only one envisioning Joanne listening to techno music in the car right now and just all right. Pump yourself up.
Yeah, I'm pumped up right now.
Motivation, like deodorant, should be applied daily. It doesn't stick. Thank you, Jim, for checking. You were the reason for that. Because we can be super motivated on Monday and come Tuesday, shovel to the face, little Nicky style, not doing anything. So we're gonna have to reset. The people that showed up yesterday, some of you came back today. Some of you didn't. The ones that don't answer are the ones that didn't show up, right? Motivation, like deodorant, should be applied daily. We got to find things that get us in the moment. There are sometimes you need motivation throughout the day. What do you do to find that motivation? What do you do to find that energy break? Like smoke, take a cigarette break, right? I just need a break. Now I can understand Cam because he keeps airplanes from colliding into each other, so there's kind of a high stress element to his life, and his break is the cigarette, which is no harm, no shade, whatever. It's just life choices. Some people, it's I got to listen to some techno music, right? Other people, it might be I need to go take a walk. But find something that energizes you. Find something that allows you to come back to center so you can handle whatever situation you're in. It's important that we do that, right? For me, It's joking. It's laughter. It's something of funny. A 5-minute cat video or something weird that just takes me from whatever stink I'm in, switches the knob. But I get it, Joanne. Sometimes you just want to crank the tunes and you want to rage out. I am not against belting "I'm a Barbie Girl" at a stoplight right before I get into work. I've done it. I'll do it again.
Prove it.
Okay. Fair enough. Someone once told me if you do not embrace the weirdness in life, you'll always fail. My kids are trying to be too cool, and I'm trying to tell them, don't be too cool. You're going to lose the game. Have fun. Get excited. Get loose. Get out of your own way. However you need to do it. If it's dancing in the street, if it's hugging your kids, if it's screaming in the closet, whatever. Find something to untap, move forward, recenter. Just like motivation, apply it daily. Find something that's going to allow you that reprieve. Especially if you're in the middle of a tough conversation. You got a negotiation that's not going so well. You got a conversation with a buyer or a seller that's not going so well. Time it out. I was getting yelled at yesterday by an agent that couldn't get a hold of one of our agents. And I didn't even know who this person was. Hell, I didn't even know who the agent they were trying to get a hold of was. They were so new to our company. I don't even know who they are yet. And they're yelling at me. I'm like, hold on a second. And I literally said, hold please, and then put them on mute and said to myself, hello. And I said to myself, what the hell is this lady's problem? My wife came in, she's all, what? I'm like, I'm just getting yelled at for no reason. And my wife's like, just take a breath. So I literally took her back off mute and said, okay, first off, what's your name? And who are you looking for? So you can do that in the middle of a conversation. What I advise you not doing is hanging up on somebody. Nothing good comes from that. Nothing. If you're trying to get in a street fight, maybe start that way. Oh, hey, I'm sorry, Christoph. Can you tell me if it sounded like I hung up on you? Thanks. Boom. All right. That's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about what matters to you, right? What conversations, topics, objections do you want to work on today to make yourself sharper, better, more able for tomorrow? I'm going to stare at you judgingly.
So I have clients that had their bins or not their bins or had their inspections done yesterday, and then we went through it last night, and I told them we got it really late and they were in Hawaii, so it's a little bit earlier. It was like 10 here, and I said, I'm gonna go to bed. You guys go through it tonight, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow. Write out a list of what you would like done, right? And I got a full page list, right? And I want to mentally prepare them just to one, be reasonable, but two, not expect the sellers to fix everything. So does anyone have any recommendations on not for them not to fix everything? I want them to be reasonable, and I feel like some of the things that they are asking for aren't
Critical?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what framework did you set them up with as they walked into the inspections?
I set them up with this house was built in 1995. The home inspection is here to inform you, not to scare you. I said it's going to look scary because it's going to be 60 pages of everything that could potentially be an issue for you. But they're all small little things, but everything, or no, I said small little things will pop up on every house because you're buying something that was lived in before. This is total normal wear and tear.
Okay. Can I reframe that for you next time?
Okay.
Caitlin, we're about to do an inspection on the house. There's going to be a ton of information. It's going to look scary. There's going to be 60 pages of random things, small things, big things. What's important to us is all the major defects.
Okay.
Mechanical, safety, and structural systems of the house that would keep you from wanting to move forward.
Okay.
Did I just frame it to what you're looking for?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
And you can, after the fact, you can say, okay, guys, you got the report, look it over. What major defects in the safety, structural, mechanical systems of the house have caused some concern to you?
Okay, yeah. Because and I think that I did make it a point to say all of our bigger ticket items are like, we don't have any problems with those. Yeah, there is some moisture damage in the bathroom, and I understand that that's more of like a safety health hazard. But that would fall under major defects, right?
I would consider a water issue if it's severe enough to be a safety issue. Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
And it also could be a structural issue.
Okay, thank you.
But what about screens on windows?
They aren't asking for any of the screens on the windows. They were good about that.
I'm just saying, because $850,000 buyer, right? $850,000 buyer. The whole deal, literally the entire deal, is pendulating on $300 because of 5 window screens. One seller says, one buyer says, I want to have the window screens. I want to be able to open my windows. His wife then says, you never open the windows. You have allergies. Why would you open the windows? 5 screens, $300. Now, I remind them, guys, is this a serious defect in the house that's concerning you? No. Then why are we making it an issue? We got him to replace the roof. We got him to fix the AC system. We got him to fix the electrical and the plumbing. So what is it about the screens that we're just hung on? What do you think they said? Come on, think about it. What do you think they said? Where does your
Don't
mind?
worry about it.
No, where does your mind go? It's $850,000 house.
It's $300. Why won't they just do it?
Exactly. That's exactly what they said. It's only $300. We're buying an $850,000 house. It's only $300. Well, let me ask you this. If you were the seller, after you've agreed to do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, and D, would you see it as just $300?
No, I see it as what's next.
Bingo. At that point, what do you think they said? It's not that big of a deal. Because you'll get in a routine where it's like, what else? What else? What else? Oh, we want the roof done. We want the windows done. We want this done. We want you to grade the floor. We want you to paint this. We want you to go knock out the neighbor. All of these things. What's next? Just one more thing. You will get to a point on the seller side where your seller says, fuck it, I'm not doing anything else. I'm out. I'm done. On the buy side, they almost become like a frenzy. What else can we get? All right, Karen, sit down. Real live conversation. Go ahead, Jim.
I wrote an offer for a client that we asked for a $13,000 credit on the offer. And then an offer we received on her house, they asked for a $10,000 credit. She lost her mind. I'm like, it's the same thing.
But we have to, I'd say that the number one job of a real estate agent is to provide perspective. I'm working with someone that has been in this business for a long time, and it's a tough negotiation. We have a manufactured home that the roof isn't exactly perfect on. The seller did it themselves. They're kind of handy, but it wasn't done professionally. And the buyers are freaking out about it. It's a $5,000 fix. We've already discounted the house 10 grand. We've already given them $9,000 in credit. And now they're asking for us to do the termite repair, the HVAC repair, and the roof. I called the buyer's agent yesterday. Mind you, we're on day 11 of our 10-day inspection period. Do you catch my drift? They're expired already. But I'm a believer in good faith because they did send us an addendum to extend. My seller just chose not to sign it. So I call up the buyer's agent and said, hey, if they're asking for my seller to pay for the roof, she's out. Period. This is like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't get a phone call back until 8:15 p.m. And she calls me up and says, I felt like I needed to tell you so that you knew before tomorrow that my buyers, that if you reduce the price 10 grand, they'll take it with just the termite and the HVAC. You're telling me that instead of doing a $5,000 repair, they're asking for a $10,000 reduction. They still want me to do the termite and the AC work? Tell them to go kick rocks. So I'm sorry, Dan. I don't own these buyers. I can't just tell them what to do. I was like, yeah, but you can provide perspective. They're already getting so much. What else do they want? Right? I reframe it. Again, that what else thing, right? You're getting to the what else. What else do they want? Well, the wife really wants this house. Then tell her to be reasonable. Well, I can't do that, Dan. They're clients. They got free will. I'm like, no. You have to provide them perspective. You've been looking for months. And this is the best valued house you've seen in months. Don't you agree? Right? You guys hear the word tactics there. I'm getting the agent to buy into my story. Don't you agree? And she goes, no, absolutely. It's a great place. It would be a fantastic place for them. Also, then call them back and find a win-win solution. Well, we're not supposed to meet until Wednesday at 4:30. I was like, great. Then by Wednesday at 4:30, we should have some kind of agreement to move forward on this. Get off the phone, call my seller. Said, hey, here's the deal. It sounds like if we don't do the roof, they walk, we go back on the market. It might be 2 more months before you sell this thing. And in those 2 months, you're going to make the same mortgage payment that you would have just paid fixing the roof. Well, Dan, I don't have the money to fix the roof. You don't need to. We'll do it out of escrow. It doesn't come out of your pocket. Here's your walk-away money still, $41,000 and change. She's like, oh, we still get 40 grand? I'm like, yeah. I cook the books when I give them their first settlement statements. I cook in some extra fees because I know there's going to be some repairs done. And she's like, oh, well, thank you for doing that. She's like, as long as I walk away with 40 grand, I'm happy. I'm like, how about this? You walk away with $41,436. Or somewhere close to that, I'm sure. And she goes, well, I don't have the money to pay for the roof. You don't have to pay for it. It's coming out of escrow. I'll get everything done through escrow. No cash out of pocket. She goes, you know what? If that's all they want, I'm good with it. She goes, do we still have to do the termite? Yes, you got to do the termite because you knew the termites were there before you put it on the market. Well, what about the AC? It's always worked fine for me. I was like, I'll push back on the AC. So I hang up, get her agreement, get her to, ultimately, my sentence there is ultimately, my friend, it's your home. I will not make a decision for you. I want you to be happy. She's like, I just want to get it sold. If this works, I'm all in. That's it. Perfect. Line in the sand. Call back the agent and say, we're at 235. I was like, 235, I do the roof. Your buyers take care of the AC on their own. And 5 or 6 back and forth phone calls. She calls me back and says, we have an agreement. I was like, good. 8:30 last night, 8:30 something. We're trying to watch Suits. My wife was mad at me doing real estate at 8 o'clock at night. But I had to put the agent in check. Quit being an order taker. Your job involves a little pushback. Yes, I know we have the responsibility of obedience. But does that mean blind obedience? Does that mean without questioning, without guidance, without perspective? No. You want a deal to go together? Frame it so the perspective makes sense. Just like the inspections that we're talking about with Caitlin. Right? What major defects? What happens if you don't say yes? At a certain point, they've said yes to work with you. They've signed an agreement. And that builds this little seed of trust. And that grows the more you have tough conversations with them. So, have tough conversations. Reframe it. Ultimately, it's their choice, and I tell them that. Ultimately, if they don't say yes to the screens and you want to cancel over the screens, that's fine. I will submit the documents, but I want you to know you're gonna lose all the money for your inspections, your appraisal, and the time and effort we got to go back looking for houses. You tell me what to do. Now, do I make the decision of canceling over screens an easy one? No. Okay, you've gone over the report. You've looked at all the major items and major systems that are red tagged. And the inspector said this, and this are major safety issues. What are your thoughts? When you ask the right questions, you get that moment of thinking, the clarity. Like a lot of you just had, you're like, oh, your heads are nodding. You're like, oh, that makes sense. All right, what are your thoughts? I don't want to assume that the buyer is scared of everything on this list. And just like I talked to you guys about last week, is I'm always going to ask the question to the other side, how can I do this? How can I make all this work? So, buyer side training. Ask for it all, but be specific about it. So, here we go. I talked about this the other day. Got the Binzer, right? Nothing in there, just says, hey, here's the Binzer. My response, seller's not in town and you're asking for a long list here. What's a way we can make this a win-win? I don't care if there's 3 things on that list. You send back an email like that saying, ooh, you've asked for a lot here. How do we make this a win-win? Do you think the buyer's agent was like, nope, we want everything on that list? Or do you think they picked up the phone and said, I figure it's probably better we had a phone conversation so we can figure out how to make this a win-win? Which one do you think happened?
Phone call.
Why do you think that?
Because they were probably freaking out that you said that that was a lot, and they know that their buyer wants this house, so they were trying to call and figure out exactly what your seller was not wanting to do.
Have y'all ever
Maybe.
heard the term emotional manipulation?
Okay.
Is that not part of negotiating too? I'm going to take you off of your position. And was it very difficult to do that by saying, ooh, you're asking for a lot here. How do we make this a win-win? 2 things in the technology of that sentence. Can you pick it up? What are they? 1, I'm creating doubt by, ooh, it's a long list. And 2, I'm creating a pathway forward. How do we make this a win-win? That implies that if you play your cards right, my seller is agreeable some things.
Not only that, you're giving them the opportunity to stick their foot in their mouth too. They don't know what you have the problem with. So if they say, well, we're aware of the roof, we're aware of the plumbing, we're aware of the water heater, we're ready to address that stuff. Great. My buyers are concerned with this.
Yeah, so here's the actual Binzer, the inspection request. Seller to properly secure loose electrical outlet at the rear wall. Seller to cap gas line at rear patio. They want the roof done. They want the AC system done. They want the stucco. There's some cracks in the stucco. They want carbon monoxide detectors. They want the garbage disposal fix. There's a slow drain in the bathroom. There's no water pressure in the hall sink. I'm like 90% sure the supply line's turned off. And the seller to correct the leak at the tub bathroom. I get on the phone with this guy, and we're like, hey. He's all, well, the major things are they're really worried about the roof, the garbage disposal shot, and the AC's blowing really cold, which means it's probably super dirty. Okay. I'm all, you guys asked us to attach the electrical outlet on the back wall that's in a box attached to the back wall, but it's leaning. Okay. Also, and the gas line at the back patio, it's a gas line for a grill. You know, they have the valve on them. She goes, well, she just not doesn't feel comfortable that there's no cap on it. I'm like, it's got a valve. Like quite literally, it is a cap. It shuts off the gas line. Well, the inspector said if there's nothing hooked up to it, it should be capped. I'm like, okay. And then just for the okay.
Tell your seller to cap it or buyer to cap it with a barbecue.
Yeah, and I literally just said, okay. And then I sat there for about 30 seconds. And then he goes, yeah, but she's a teacher and she's a little crazy, man. So we could probably get away with not doing some of this stuff. Okay. I mean, if your seller's willing to do the roof, that's like the big thing for them. And they're like, they're okay that the AC is an R22 system, and they're okay limping along with the home warranty, but they really like to get it cleaned because it was really dirty. Okay. And the garbage disposal, man, it's shot. It doesn't work at all. I tried to put my fingers in there and it wouldn't move at all. Okay. I mean, if your seller's willing to do that, I'm sure we could get by the rest of it. Okay. I'll see what I can do. Right? I waited until the okay didn't bring out any more nervous. Ugh. The guy's been in the business for a decade. And two letters shook his confidence enough to, whoa, 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 whoa. Can we all give it a shot? Can we all try it?
Okay.
Okay.
It sounds super silly, but here's the thing. If you frame it all correctly, does it work? Yeah. Now, on the other side of this, I send this entire thing to my seller. What do you think he says?
Piss off.
No. We're going to get the actual thing. Update on inspections. Biggest find was the HVAC is R22 needs a tune-up. My buyers are fine with the R22, would stay on plan, but got to get the system working properly. Also, broken roof tiles, the garbage disposal is shot, and the bathroom sink doesn't have any water flow, but those were the high notes. His response? What are we looking at to fix these problems? I haven't got any bids yet. I'll let you know. Okay. Let me know what the damage will be.
He's willing to fix it.
He's
Can you
willing to do
push
all-
through with a credit request where you guys are at?
What's that?
Can you guys push through with just like a credit and they can fix it on their own?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's usually what I do because who knows if it ever gets fixed right or to their standards or whatever.
And sometimes I can do it cheaper than a credit would be.
Sure.
Like it's going to cost me $8 for a brass cap to a gas line. It'll probably cost me 30 seconds of my time to walk into my garage and grab 2 blue drywall or concrete screws and a strap that I have in my garage. It'll take me 5 minutes to do all that work. It'll probably cost a plumber $200 to do it.
Right.
So I'm going to do it. And I'm going to tell my seller he owes me $50 or a lunch gift card to Baggins. But I want you to go back. I love that we're talking about inspections today and about repairs, but it's how you frame the conversation up front. With buyers, we're doing our inspections to uncover major defects with safety, structural, and mechanical systems of the house. Notice how I lay in the word major. Did I just eliminate the broken wall plate?
Yeah.
The loose toilet?
And the other thing too, when you call back the other agent, it's, hey, great news. We took care of this, 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 and this. And then shut up.
Hey, great news. X, Y, and Z. Oh my God, thank you so much for doing that. That's fantastic. I hope you learned something today. Good. Was today worth your time?
Yes, thank you.
Good. What else?
It's closing day.
Atta girl. Get it, Joanne.
No, Christina.
And Christina?
No, I was pointing to my shirt. I have a shirt on that says it's closing day.
Oh,
She
nice.
was like, she read it.
My closing day is in 9 days, then 13 days, then I've got 3 more in June. So
Ooh.
But we got to keep crushing it, my friends. Hey, just a reminder, Thursday we're not here because of Red Day. Okay. And then tomorrow I may be late. I may be in traffic. I'm taking my old man to the airport. So we might have the lucky invite of my father being on the call. We'll see. He might be in the truck with me. We'll see. But other than that, enjoy your Tuesdays. Go out there and buy a purple shirt. I'm tired of being the only one you